You have to fight off and off now. Parry. There you go. Keep doing that. Nice. Revenge. Hit revenge. Revenge button. There you go. Heavy. Heavy. Oh my god. You only won that because that warlord was dog shit.
No, I only won because you fucking told me to hit the revenge button.
And then you followed it up by 2 dodge light heavy, forward light heavies. Like, oh my god. That warlord could have parried you and immediately killed you. Oh my god, that is just pure bullshit. Alright, so this video is going to be a bit different. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the future of For Honor and what I think should happen in Year 7 of For Honor. Year 7 is only about 2 weeks away from now. I think by the time this video goes up, it'll be closer to 1. But anyway, I've got some sort of list here of like what I think should be added to For Honor in Year 7. Starting off, Year 7, I think the game should go free to play now. I think it's gone to a point where I think Siege could go to take this route too, where free to play is the only thing that's going to keep it's the only thing that's like really holding the game back from getting more players in, because unless this game goes on sale for like £4, I don't think many people are going to buy it at full price for 20-30 quid. But I think the game should go free to play from this point on. Start off Year 7, free to play. I guarantee you get a shit ton more people in the game now. I'm pretty sure the game is mainly supported by the hero release and steel pack sales at this point. I can't see game sales being, you know, massively that high. But yeah, I think the base game should go completely free to play at this point. In my opinion, it would help with the fallen player count at this point. It would take away the pay symbol that's stopping people from picking up this game from trying it out, which, to be fair, For Honor is a good game. What did you say, nigga? Like, we all dog on it, but there is nothing like this out there at the moment. It's quite a unique experience to have. So point 1 was free to play. Second thing that should happen in Year 7, remove reflex guard from the game completely. I think it's far long overdue that this mechanic just does not belong in the game anymore. I would happily take a hybrid version of a static guard that starts off as neutral, but once you start moving it goes to static completely. That would be a better choice to have than the current reflex guard, because I swear the reflex guard has fucked me over so many times at this point in this game that it's just a complete joke. It is the only thing really holding back a lot of the assassins from being better at the game. Mechanically, it just does not belong in the game anymore, I don't think. I would like to see a testing grounds, at least, to see what it would look like if they took it out and replaced it with a static guard. I think that would be quite good change for the testing grounds. Fuck reflex guard, man. I fucking hate that shit now. Speaking of testing grounds, I think from now on we should get 2 testing grounds each season. One where we rework a hero in some sort of fashion, because there's a few of them that I think should definitely get reworked in Year 7, but we should get one at the beginning of the season, testing grounds for a hero rework, and then one later on which is a mechanical rework of something like guard break stuff they did a while back that people hated because they implemented it very shittily. But I think like the idea about that whole thing was you can't guard break people when you're ganking them, which I think is a good thing, a good change, because that can, you know, you're going to eat 2 heavies if you guard break someone in a gank. Well, you're going to give them 2 heavies, I mean. So I would like to see a testing ground for mechanics like that, or even maybe a change to revenge and how that works. That might not be in the budget, but it is something I would like to see. Speaking of hero reworks, let's move on to that next. The heroes that I think should definitely be added to the testing grounds this year, my pick would be Warden, Lawbringer, Nusha, and I would say Highlander. Everyone else in the list, literally everyone else, I think is in a good spot at the moment. They're either viable or S tier at the moment in duels and 4v4s, which is good. Jormungandr's getting a rework probably next season at the start of Year 7. His rework is probably going to go live, because that's how they do it now. They rework one season and the following season they release it live. Everyone else, I think, at best, just needs some minor tweaks. Literally, Kensei just needs some minor tweaks to his kit to make him less of a cancerous person to fight, make him a bit more viable in 4v4s. Hito just needs iframes where it dodge to be reduced a bit so you can actually guard break her, you know, that type of shit. Give her a guard break window and that shit. Monkey just needs to be deleted from the game. Next on the list was advertisements. I don't see a whole lot of advertising for For Honor, despite the fact that it's still quite a successful game for Ubisoft. It may not be as successful as Siege, but regardless, this game's been going on for 7 years now. It is surprisingly successful on the fact that Ubisoft hasn't, you know, pulled the plug yet, and they've already announced that Year 7 is coming. So I would reckon that For Honor will probably make it to Year 10. I think it's got enough players and enough, you know, momentum to take it to Year 10. I don't see anything major wrong with the game that's gonna drive people away like Siege has. But I would like to see more advertisements of this game, and Ubisoft kind of push it forward a little bit more. You know, maybe show it off at E3 or some of the big gaming events. You know, show some of their new trailers off, new hero releases. Maybe hell, if they release the game free to play, I think they should make a massive trailer of like all the improvements and all the different things they've added to the game, and push that onto like a load of places, and you know, get people interested in the game. I think that would definitely benefit them there. Speaking of game mechanics, I think Revenge is overdue for a rework. I think Revenge should have a proximity trigger where if you're getting ganked, as in they're not attacking you but they're close enough to attack, I think you should slowly start building revenge naturally. Not as much as, you know, you would getting hit or blocking or parrying, but it slowly starts going up if you're outnumbered and they're within a striking distance. And then when they do attack, that, you know, it naturally jumps up. Because there have been a few times now where I've gotten to like 99% on my revenge bar and it just does not trigger at all, and that shit is without a doubt the most frustrating part of playing For Honor. And I also think it should have guard break invulnerability, so you can't guard break someone in Revenge anymore, because that again, that is quite a big gank for. I still think it should be affected by bashers and all that sort of stuff, but guard breaks, you can't land them on him, it'll just bounce off like how you would in an execution while you're doing execution in Revenge. I also think that the moves, the attacks you throw out while Revenge should have superior armor and last a bit like in between attacks. So you throw out your heavy, you follow up that heavy, and then the entire duration for the moment you start throwing that heavy, you have superior armor. So even if they throw attacks, you won't stagger at all. I think that would also help, because there are a number of ways you can easily gank someone in this game and break through their Revenge health bar and all that shit very easily. I mean, Medjay alone, his grab can easily debuff you and do 20 damage with one kick. So I think it's time that Revenge got a bit more offensively. I mean, it's not that hard to kill someone in Revenge. It takes on average about 8 heavies to kill someone in Revenge. What else was I going to talk about? Ah, yes, the dreaded fucking, what's it called, the dreaded single pick that so many For Honor competitive players are been bitching about for the last, at this point, 7 years. I do not think single pick should be added to or forced into this game at all. I think the negatives outweigh the benefits of single pick, because it fucks over so many things in casual. It ruins hero releases. You can't pick more than one hero, so if you're the hero releaser, so you don't get that hero, I would back out of the game. Like 100%, I would back out that game and go find a different match, because if I'm trying to do a video or trying to play the game for fun and I can't play the hero I want to play, what's the point of me saying? That's one of the main issues. It doesn't go for hero releases, it goes for hero fests and all the other stuff. I don't understand where the competitive scene is coming from about single pick and how it would competitively make the game a bit better. That's why I think there should be a ranked version or a competitive version of Dominion in the game at this point. Take out Tribute, because let's be honest, you have more chance of finding people in Hyperscape than fucking Tribute at this point. You probably find a full match of Hyperscape before you find a match of Tribute at this point. That's how dead the game mode is. Replace that with a ranked Dominion where you have competitive set rules, so you can't use Shinobi's tier 2 feat or the character at all. You can't use the certain feats that they said they don't allow anymore. I can't remember all of them. Apparently, I think there was 2 or 3 other ones that they banned, the Centurion's throwing knife and something else, because apparently it fucks with the game mechanics and you can 0 to 100 someone with those mechanics. Have a single pick option on that. Add single pick to the ranked Dominion series for us to play, and then maybe, I don't know, make a small adjustment to make some sort of like rank system. So like similar to how we have rank at the moment, but it's a bit different. Like instead of Grandmaster, you have high tier diamond and then low tier copper and all sorts of that sort of stuff. And your MMR will be loosely based off your skill level, and so, you know, the diamonds will play against diamonds and all that sort of stuff, and coppers versus will only play against coppers. I think you get the idea. Another thing, heroes. There have been a shit ton of heroes added to this game now. I think we're on 33, 32? No, we're on 31 now with a Freya. I think the older heroes, the year 1s and year 2s, which is there'll be Scent, Glad, Shaman, Highlander, Aramusha, Shinobi, and then most of the Wulin faction except from Zanhu, I think they should be going for a lot cheaper than what they currently are, both skill wise and price wise on the store. I think they should set that to about between 4 and 8 quid for the pack, because they're old heroes, and I think the still prices between them should be less than 10,000 each. In fact, I'd say probably make them 7,000 each, because again, these are very old heroes at this point, and it's pointless keeping them at, I think it's at 15,000 still at the moment still, which is just stupid in my opinion. And then the following year 3 heroes should be reduced down to 7,000 still each. I think that would also help out get more players invested in the game, because 7,000 still, you can grind that out in about a week of doing orders, maybe a bit more than that. But yeah, I don't agree with the prices for those old ass heroes. They're just not worth the steal in my opinion. I'd rather have people spend the 15,000 on an outfit or executions and stuff like that come out new. Speaking of all the executions and effects and shit like that, anything that was once limited time that isn't a seasonal event, so things like that, not like Halloween or Christmas specific shit, all that stuff should be added to the game permanently. So any limited time executions from like an event from 3-4 years ago that has probably no chance of being brought back should be added to the game permanently now, so you can buy it whenever you want, along with all the armor attached to all those events and all that stuff, and they should be able to be unlocked through scavenger packs and playing the game. I really don't see the point of having limited items only once and then never seeing them again, because I rarely ever see some of that stuff. Like, I see the executions mostly, but things like the effects and the armor pieces from like Test Your Metal, I can't even remember the last time I saw a Test Your Metal armor set or weapon set or anything like that from, what was it, 3-4 years ago now. So I think it'll definitely give us more things to grind out for, especially on my Warden, because I've unlocked pretty much all the armor sets at this point for him. Another thing I would like to see in Year 7 is a rework to the war map finally, whether it be adding the Wulin and Outlanders or changing it to Hawkos versus Chimera or something like that, you know, to actually do something about the war map and then what we currently get, and free up the emblem outliners, so you can have any emblem outliner you want. So if you're with the knights, you can use the Weeb's banner as your thing instead of having to use just the knights. That's something that I think it would be perfect for an opening for Year 7 to have that completely reworked again. I also think in Year 7 they should give us some sort of roadmap for the whole year, instead of just, you know, showing what is coming this season, or roughly what's coming, but new maps. We need some new maps, man. Like, I don't care if we have to take maps from the team deathmatch modes, rework them for Dominion. They kind of did this at the beginning of year 6, didn't they? Yeah, at the beginning of this year, they well, technically last year, they did it with the new hero release, Ramiel. They took a team deathmatch map and turned it into some sort of Dominion hybrid cathedral, or whatever it's called, the church one. That would actually make a pretty sick Dominion map. So would the Viking village that we have, not the one by the sea, the one with the Dead by Daylight shit had it. That could also make a pretty good Dominion map, I think. But yeah, I would also like to see some new maps created from, like, maybe just ripped from straight from the campaign or something and just added on. I'm pretty sure most people will be happy just to play at least one new map for Year 7. I know I would. What else could we talk about? I guess the orders could be a bit of a rework. Some of them are a bit shit nowadays to play with. Like, take away specific things, like the 24 kills with Vanguard stuff. I think that should be replaced with just get 24 kills in total, 25 kills or whatever. Because let's be honest here, you've added, let's just count here for a sec. 1 hybrid, 2 hybrid, 3 hybrid, 4 hybrids, 5 hybrids. We've had 5 hybrids in a row now, man. We haven't had a Vanguard since War Mummy. We haven't had an Assassin since Nusha. I think the last heavy that was added, it might have been either Jormungandr or Hito. Whoever one of those came out last, that was the last heavy to be added to the game. We need other heroes besides, either give us another hero outside of a hybrid, finally, or just rework the orders so we don't have to use class-specific heroes to get the shit done. I know we got another Outlander coming Season 2 of Year 7, I think it was. We got at least one more Outlander coming, because originally they said there will be 4 added to the game in a row. Pirate, Magi, Afria. If I had to take a guess, I would imagine someone from the American region, like Native American or Aztec region. That's my educated guess on where they will go next for the next hero for Outlander. But the following hero for Year 7, I think it's high time we gave the Vikings their 8th hero. because then the knights, Vikings, and samurai all have at least 8 heroes. You don't have to add any more to them. You can literally take Griffin and add him to Outlander, because no one would care if he did join, because, you know, fuck Griffin. And then the only heroes you need to add from that point on would be the Wu Lin to give them 8, and then the Outlanders to give them all to 8, and then that way you have like a sort of balance between everyone then. Because I would like to see a Wu Lin hero added in year 8 of For Honor. I would like to see one added, and not a fucking hybrid, for fuck's sake. Please, no more hybrids. If I was to add anyone from the Viking faction, it would be that blacksmith lady from the Drakimir event, or whatever it's called. I would add her as the Viking hero and give her like the sleeve, what's it called, the scythe. Give her that. That would be fucking awesome if we got that. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head at the moment. I've gone through all my notes. I don't know if cross progression will ever come to this game, where you can go to any platform and your progression is all like counter saved and all that shit like Siege has. I don't think For Honor's going to have that ability. Who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Something else that could be changed, in addition to working the something else you can actually rework, feats in this game. I think some of the feats, like Funny Flask, Shinobi's Shooting Stars, but take those, change the aspect of them so they're not as powerful as they are. Like Funny Flask, you can instead of doing a massive blast of damage, it just catches things on fire, and that pit becomes like a fire pit for like 5 seconds. So if you're standing in it, you still take damage, but you won't take that initial burst of damage, if that makes sense. Shooting Stars for Shinobi reduce the damage on them, so they're not doing 20 damage per star, but like 5 damage. Stuff like that. Reworking some of the feats on this game would definitely help. I mean, Warden's throwdown mechanic is completely fucking useless. You could literally replace that with anything and no one will notice, but stuff like that would help. I think that's about it. I've been ranting on for like half an hour now at this point. I need to edit this down now, fucking hell. At least I don't have to subtitle it though. That would be nice. The Uwu videos are coming. The only reason I didn't do Femboys, I haven't done his yet because I've been working a lot, so I haven't had enough time to sort it out, but that will probably be up within the week after this video. Same with Nusha's. Her hero week, her new execution gets released Thursday, so expect that following week as well. Because I have like 3 days off in the following week, and then the following week after that I got like 9 days off, so bit of break there finally. But yeah, that's probably going to be all I can mention in this video. If there's anything else, I'll add it in post. Alright. It's me in post. They've just released today a reveal trailer for Year 7 and given us a brief insight of what the year is going to be. I'll leave a link for the trailer in the description, but basically a lot of things I said is coming. So we've got the Outlander hero, we've got the Viking hero coming finally. Yes, that's confirmed. That was pretty much all I can think of for what I could see in Year 7. Some people want the Battle Pass to be like able to be bought with steel, but I don't think that's going to work because the Battle Pass sales is what keeps the game going, financially speaking. But like I said, this is pretty much all I can think of for like what Year 7 should add. I look forward to Year 7, so I'll see you all then. Peace. But that's it. What are your thoughts about what For Honor should add in Year 7? Put them in the comments below. Just watching. Peace.